Hi, I'm Andy with TCJewfolk.com, and as promised, I told you we were going to do chicken soup. But today, I dragged a friend in here, my friend Jeff, because we're going to do a really special chicken soup. It's his family recipe. Hey, Jeff.
How you doing? We're going to do my grandma's chicken soup today. It was always my favorite thing at every holiday meal, and she eventually taught me how to do it, and now it's my job. So let's see how we put it all together.
So my grandma's chicken soup recipe basically was this. It was water. I know there was chicken in there. I think there was some celery in there. Once I saw a carrot floating in there once, and water. Did I say there was water in there? Yeah, I think that's about. So your grandma's recipe has got to be different than that.
Well, we definitely have the water. That's in there. And we have our chicken nicely cut up right here. And my grandma loved her vegetables, so we had a ton of onion and some carrots and celery. We have our parsnip and a turnip and our leeks. And then over here, our herbs. We have some flat leaf parsley. And Grandma's secret ingredient was the fresh dill, and she put a ton of that in there. And we do have a pot going over here, and the whole room is smelling like fresh dill, just like my grandma's house did. And salt and pepper, which we'll put in at the end, and that's everything you need.
Well, I know for sure that there were 3 vegetables that you mentioned that my grandmother didn't put in her soup. One is this parsnip, which has to be peeled, right? Mm-hmm. Peel it just like
a carrot.
Just like peel it like a carrot. Boom, de-boom, de-boom. And then what am I going to do with it? I'm going to, what?
Just, I would, cut it in thirds, big chunks. You don't have to...
So like this?
Yeah, perfect.
Take off that hard end piece and just go like that?
Yeah, and just throw it in.
That'll work. Just throw it? Just throw it in? Okay. So then, and this is what?
That's a turnip.
It's a turnip. So it's another root vegetable?
Another root vegetable. Those Eastern Europeans loved the root vegetables.
Because, why? They could keep them all winter, or?
Keep them all winter. They filled you up. They were probably pretty cheap at the time.
Can you eat this raw?
Probably could, but I don't know if you'd want to.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to either. To be honest with you, Jeff, I actually don't cook with these very often either. As a matter of fact, when I was in the grocery store buying the turnip, I noticed that, so just cut it in big chunks like this?
Yeah, that's fine. Just quarter it up.
Okay, it's soft. I noticed that the parsnips were right next to the horseradish root, and if you didn't know what you were looking for, like a parsnip, and got a piece of horseradish, man, that'd be a different soup. So this is a leek, right?
Right, and they come with 2 parts. There's the lighter green part and the darker green part.
Yeah.
You should use all of it, but be careful to wash it completely because dirt can really get into the leaves.
Yeah, get in those things, and then we just chop that and big hunks again.
Exactly.
To throw.
Yeah.
Throw in our soup. Well, I think the next thing we have to do is let's put it all together.
We have our chicken, and what I just do is dump all the chicken pieces in the pot.
Now, the wings are in there. That's good, the wings?
The whole thing, whatever you got.
Whatever you got?
The whole chicken. Okay. And then we just dump all our vegetables in like this. And then what we do is we take some, I cook with black peppercorns, throw those in over. We'll take some kosher salt and throw a little bit over there like that. Okay, and then we line the top with our herbs. So the parsley in, and then the dill goes on. Just spread them out and cover the top. And then we top all of that with the rest of the kosher salt. Okay, and then basically we just pour our water in, and we're ready to go.
Jeff, you're right. This looks awesome. The dill, I think, is going to make this soup. What a great idea. So we're going to take this over to the stove, and I'm going to put it on high, bring it up to a boil, lower it to a simmer for how long?
Really depends on the size of the pot and your oven, but as long as the chicken is cooked all the way through, you're safe to take it off.
Cool. So here we have one that we've been simmering. I think it simmered for 2.5 hours. Took the chicken out, let it cool, picked all the meat off of it. So now we're going to strain it, right?
Yep. So we're just going to take it over here and strain it in the sink. We just want to get all of the pieces of vegetable and herb out of there. Now, my grandmother liked to eat all these vegetables that have been soaking in the soup, but I think the younger generations have not been so crazy about it. So I'm just going to strain this out and then throw out all these extra vegetables. I reserve the carrots though, because those work very nicely. And then we'll just be left with a nice amount of our soup.
So Jeff, the other day we were talking and you told me a really good story about how this soup is served. Why don't you talk to me about it?
At my grandma's house, the soup would be served from oldest to youngest. And since I was always the youngest, I was always the last one to eat. Sometimes my uncle would be on his second bowl before I had my first. But everyone would get to pick what they wanted in their soup. And, you know, we have here all of our ingredients. We have our carrots from the soup and the chicken we picked off. The noodles or Lakshan in our house, and sometimes we'd have matzo balls or kreplach, and everyone would get to pick what they wanted. So what are you going to put in yours?
I think I'm going to put everything in mine. So some chicken, you know, the kitchen sink, as they say.
Kitchen sink.
Some of these Minnesota wide egg noodles.
Minnesota Lakshan.
Yeah, that's right. Some carrots. I love the carrots. They got really well cooked. Put some broth in there. All right, I think I got it. Oh, this looks great. Let me take a bite. Wow. This really is good chicken soup. This was Jeff's family recipe, but now I think it's going to be our family recipe too. Jeff, really, thanks so much for bringing it to me.
No problem.
L'chaim.
I am.
Till next time, we'll see you later.